So again, now that you can see the screen, my name is Phil Bowers. I'm the Marketing Communications Manager here at Grandstream. I'm going to be showing you today, our main thing is to show you our brand new GXP2130 three-line color screen IP phone, gigabit ports, whole 9 yards. I'll tell you about all the features throughout the course of the webinar. Also kind of want to show you the full range of the new GXP color phones that we've come out with over the last couple of months, starting with the GXP2160 and then moving down to our new GXP2130. Again, if you do have any questions throughout the course of the webinar, please feel free to submit them to us through that questions toolbar. I'll do my best to get to all the questions throughout the webinar. And any ones that I can't, we will follow up with afterwards. So let's get started. Just for those of you that may not be familiar with us here at Grandstream, we were founded in 2002. So we've been around for about 12 years now. We have over 400 employees worldwide. We are headquartered here in Boston, Massachusetts in the United States. We have two other offices here in the United States, as well as a bunch of support offices and manufacturing offices spread out throughout China, Morocco, Venezuela, and a warehouse in the Netherlands. We primarily serve the small to medium-sized business markets. However, we also our products are also well suited for the enterprise and the consumer marketplaces as well. To give you an idea of our current solutions portfolio, you see here, we started out with analog telephone adapters and 1- and 2-line IP phones back in 2002, 2003, 2004. And over the years, we've morphed into a full solutions provider, everything from standard IP phones all the way up to IP video phones, enterprise executive level IP phones, VoIP gateways. And a couple of years ago, we jumped into the IP video surveillance business to offer our customers the ability to converge video surveillance and IP video telephony onto one platform. So here's our GXP2140, 2160, and 2130. The GXP2130, the new one you're going to see over here to the right. The GXP2130 is a 3-line phone. As you can see, all 3 of these phones are going to feature color screens, 4.3-inch color screens on the 2160, 2140, and a 2.8-inch color screen on the GXP2130. See, a really easy way to kind of differentiate the models. The 2160 is a 6-line phone, the 2140 is a 4-line phone, and the 2130, is that 3-line phone that you see over on the right. So kind of give you an idea of why we're so excited about our new GXP series of color IP phones. It's basically the new generation of Grandstream GXP IP phones. What we've done is we've taken the interface that we've built up over the years that has become so popular with our customers and users throughout the world, and we have enhanced that, and we have enhanced the hardware platform as well to overall make the user experience a lot more enjoyable, a lot more seamless, a lot more efficient. The color screen is obviously the first thing that's going to pop out to you. One thing behind the scenes that is huge anywhere in today's market is all 3 of these phones. You don't see the 2130 here, but the 2130 is part of most of the features you see on the bottom here, except for Bluetooth, actually. But all 3 of these phones are going to bring you dual gigabit Ethernet ports, basically going to make sure that you're going to have the access to the fastest connection speeds possible. The Bluetooth feature, which I'm going to get to a little bit later on, that is just for the GXP2140 and 2160. That gives you the ability to pair it with Bluetooth headsets to exchange data from your mobile phone, whether it be a contact book or calendar, even the ability to transfer calls from your mobile phone. Get to that a little bit later on, as well as a new look and design. Just looking at the phone, silver faceplate around the screen of the phone. We've added ergonomic keys and an ergonomic handset, as well as the placement of all of that to make that easier to use. As well as simply put an enhanced software package featuring that new color screen that I mentioned. So, as I mentioned, the thing that really stands out to you at first is the color screen. The GXP2140 and GXP2160 will feature a 4.3-inch color screen, while the GXP2130, our new GXP2130, which we launched last week, will be running a 2.8-inch color screen. Just gonna check to see if we have any questions here. Okay, we're good. So we'll keep moving along. Again, another slide here on kind of the enhancements made to this new series of GXP IP phones. The updated software I mentioned, which in the 2140 and 2160, the two over here on the left, features that Bluetooth functionality. The interaction with mobile phones through that Bluetooth functionality. All three of the phones, as I mentioned, the new updated hardware design, enhanced usability. We've added, these phones feature HD audio on both the speaker and the handset. The personalized information service that people have come to get used to and love from Grandstream is still available. All three phones, including the GXP2130, is going to feature EHS support. That's electronic hook switch support for Plantronics headsets to enable you to wirelessly use Plantronics headsets with the phone. So here's just a quick little comparison chart so you can kind of see the differentiations of it. The first thing I'll mention, since we're here mainly to talk about the GXP2130 today, what you see over here on the right, I want to mention that this is a phone that retails on the market for $99. $99, that's the US price. You're not going to be able to find another IP phone on the market that is going to do as much with the color operating system for less than $100, and that is what we're offering with the GXP2130. So just to kind of show you how that fits in with the other GXP color series phones, I mentioned the lines. All three phones have gigabit Ethernet. I mentioned the Bluetooth on the 2140, 2160, HD audio, both the handset and the speaker on all three phones. Power over Ethernet on all three phones. I mentioned the electronic hook switch support. The BLF keys is one thing that allows the 2160 to kind of stand out. If you're looking for built-on BLF extension keys, the GXP2160 is a great option. So it has 24 built-on BLF extension keys on the right-hand side there. The other two phones will as well, that's on the soft keys. All three of the phones feature either 5 or 4 soft keys. The GXP2140 is compatible with the GXP2200 LCD extension module. I'll show you that a little bit later on. And all three phones are going to be able to do multiple way, either 4 or 5-way voice conferencing for you. Always an important point to mention, our phones, because they are SIP phones, support all the major SIP platforms. We have great relationships with these companies and many other IP, PBX, IMS, soft switch, hosted solutions, service providers, you name it. If it's SIP, we most likely have tested with them and we're going to be compliant with them. So the great thing about all Grandstream products, they run the SIP platform, that open source SIP platform that so many companies, including the ones here on the screen, use, which is going to eliminate any compatibility issues for you. The GXP2130, 2140, and 2160 support all the major voice codecs that are out there on the market, including the G722 wideband codec, the HD codec, which you're going to be able to access on both the speakerphone and the handset of our phones, or of these three phones. Within the last year, we've received quite a few accolades for the audio quality, specifically speaking the HD audio quality on our phones. So really a great service to allow you to be able to really communicate as clearly and as efficiently as possible. So I'm going to run through the GXP2160 and 2140 before I show you, give you all the details about the GXP2130, which is the new phone that we launched last week in Enterprise Connect in Orlando here in the United States. The 2160 and 2140 have been out there on the market about since the end of January. Just kind of want to give you a sense of the whole family of products. The 2160 6-line phone, built-in Bluetooth, which is going to allow you to sync your mobile phone with the GXP2160. I'll get into that a little bit later on. Built-in gigabit Ethernet ports. It has a USB port, power over Ethernet, 5-way conferencing, HD audio, both the speaker and the handset, the state-of-the-art VoIP encryption, which all of our products, all of our phones are going to have, specifically speaking, TLS and SRTP, one to encrypt your account information, the other to encrypt calls that are going back and forth from your line, as well as the EHS capability with Plantronics headsets. Again, this is a 6-line phone with a 4.3-inch color screen. One of the things that allows the 2160 to stand out and really be a great option for those who handle high call volume, receptionists, executives, etc., is these 24 dual color BLF, speed dial keys built onto the unit, allowing you to monitor other extensions on your on your IP PBX directly from the phone to be able to transfer calls, make calls to them. Great tool for receptionists. If they need to transfer a call, they can see right there if somebody's line is open, because the light will be green. If it's not, the light will be red. And then they can transfer the call to the appropriate party or to anybody that is available at that time to take the call. So that's a great option with the GXP2160. Moving on to the 2140, this is a 4-line phone, 2140. Same thing as the 2160, that 4.3-inch color screen. You're looking at the Bluetooth, which I'm going to go into in a second. The built-in gigabit port, the USB port on the back, which allows you to take data to and from the phone, whether it be pictures or contact books, what have you. Power over Ethernet, 5-way calling, HD audio on both the handset and speaker, that encryption security that I talked about, and the EHS capability with Plantronics headsets. And the thing that really allows the 2140 to stand out, which also makes it a great option for, specifically receptionists, executives, anybody that's going to handle higher call volumes, is its compatibility with our GXP2200 extension module, LCD extension module, I may add. You can connect up to 4 of these 2200 extension modules to the GXP2140. It's going to offer you up to 40 contacts per extension module. There's 20 contacts per page, and as you see from these 2 arrow keys at the bottom, you get 2 pages per module. So it's 160 contacts if you were to connect up to the 4 extension modules that you can. Really makes it a great option for larger companies, for anybody that needs to kind of keep track and transfer calls or call lots of people throughout the course of the day. Just checking again, seeing how we're doing here on questions. It looks like we're pretty good. To give you an idea, this is for both the 2140 and 2160, the dedicated function keys that you're working with, kind of what the face of the phone looks like. See the 4 or the 6 line keys over here on the left, the 5 soft keys below the screen, and then both the 2140 and 2160 are going to feature all the other function keys down here, using very easy to distinguish icons on the keys to allow you to obviously figure out what each key is for. The 4-arrow directional pad here, volume up, volume down, everything from headset to pause, transfer, mute, hold, even a conference button is over here. So again, that's the 2140 and 2160. Look at the auxiliary ports on the back. This is I mentioned the 2140, 2160 feature a USB port, which can be found right up here, right behind the screen, pretty conveniently hid back there. Serves a lot of different purposes, exchanging, information, phone books with the phone, putting pictures on the phone for screensavers. I've even used it to charge my phone before, my mobile phone, while sitting at my desk. So pretty versatile there. The dual switch gigabit ports are going to be down here, handset ports, as well as the charging the charging port right there. I mentioned this earlier. This, again, is for the 2140, 2160. Excuse me. Let me see if I can go back there. See if this video plays. Yeah, so what you're going to see here at this video is just pretty much how easy it is to pair your mobile phone with the GXP2140, 2160. Basically, you enable Bluetooth on both your mobile phone and the 2140 or 2160. In this case, you can see I'm using a 2140. Enable the Bluetooth. You're going to go and you're going to find the device you're looking to pair. You're going to hit pair, as you see I did. It's going to ask you to input a 4-digit PIN code, which as long as you enter the same code on both, that's fine. Enter the code, and as you're going to see here in a second, after I enter it on my mobile phone, it's just going to automatically sync, and you'll see the unpaired will change to paired. Again, this Bluetooth feature is with the GXP2140 and GXP2160. And what this enables you to do is to, for one, exchange data between your mobile phone and your 2140 or 2160. Phone books, calendars, make sure that you always have access to your contacts or your phone or your calendars on both your desk phone and your mobile phone. Cool feature that this offers you on the 2140 and 2160 is the call transfer from your mobile phone to the 2140 and 2160. If you get a call to your 2140 or 2160 at the end of the day, you need to leave the office. You simply transfer. You can transfer the call to your mobile phone, or vice versa. So you can take the call with you. What this does is actually change the audio device of the call. A popular question is basically where the call is going to be billed to. Wherever the call initiated is where the call is going to stay being billed to. This Bluetooth functionality just transfers the audio device of the call. Third thing, Bluetooth headsets, really popular out there on the market today. The Bluetooth built into the 2140, 2160 is going to allow you to pair Bluetooth headsets with these phones to be able to answer calls away from your desk or wirelessly without actually touching the phone. So, what we are here today, and the new thing that we're talking about today is our GXP2130. We released this phone just a little over a week ago. It's been a huge hit so far. As I mentioned earlier, the thing that is going to allow one of the things that's going to allow this phone to really make an impact with a lot of small to medium sized businesses and enterprises throughout the world, as well as service provider customers, is its retail price, which its U.S. retail price will be under $100. Again, regardless of what the price in your market is, or using your local currency, this phone is going to do more than any phone at its price point in the world. Between the color screen that it's going to offer you, the gigabit ports, the HD audio, those 8 BLF keys that are built right onto it, the ability to start four-way conferencing directly from this phone, the encryption security that it offers, that I mentioned earlier, to encrypt phone calls and account information, and the EHS capability to be able to use this phone wirelessly with Plantronics headsets. Give you an idea of the dedicated function keys that you're getting here. You're really getting everything that you're getting on the 2140 and 2160. You're going to have the line keys, in this case, the 3 line keys for the 2130 over here. The 4 soft keys are below the screen. You're going to see message, contact book, and pause, pause over here. And the rest of the function keys, including the 4 directional arrows, right below the screen. Very easy to use. Very streamlined footprint. This is going to be for those of you that are familiar or that have seen our 1400, 1450. The phone is approximately a little bit bigger, about the same size as those two phones. It really is a great footprint, a very streamlined, smaller footprint on a desk, while still allowing you to do everything that you're going to want to do with your VoIP phone, including offering you, I mentioned, those gigabit ports and the color screen to enhance the user experience. Look at the back of the phone, the auxiliary ports on the back. Again, pretty much everything. It is everything you're going to get from 2140, 2160 minus that USB port. It's got the dual switch gigabit ports, the handset and the headset ports, as well as the charging jack right in the middle of the back of the phone. So in a minute, I'm going to give you an idea of show you basically how you can easily auto provision through lots of different ways our GXP2130 in addition to the 2140 and the GXP2160. Also going to show you how you can customize the screen on both of those phones to allow you to put a company logo on the screen. Going to show you how easy it is to sync these phones up with the XML phone book. Do that in just a couple of minutes. What I'm showing you here is that these three phones are the perfect addition to a Grandstream IP solution that's out there. Really takes a lot of the great features and the great price points that our customers, resellers throughout the world have come to love, and have simply added features to them without really sacrificing much on the side of price. We've added gigabit ports, the color screen, the Bluetooth functionality in the 2140, 2160, a lot of great new features that are going to allow you to offer your customers an even better experience with the solution that you are offering them. One of the great things about the GXP 2130, 2140, 2160, oh, excuse me. Let me go back here. There we go. Is that, and actually, if you combine the GXP 2140, 2160, 2130, or any of Grandstream's IP phones or IP video surveillance cameras with our UCM 6100 series, which we released the middle of last year, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with, that combined solution there is going to offer you a lot of great add-on features. Again, these features I'm talking about here are only when you compare, or when you combine Grandstream's UCM 6100 series with any of Grandstream's other IP video surveillance cameras, IP video phones, IP phones, any of our IP endpoints, things such as auto discovery and zero configuration provisioning. If you hook any endpoint, any Grandstream endpoint into the same network as the UCM 6100 series, the UCM will auto discover that unit. It will, through the web user interface of the product, it will show you the MAC address, what the unit is, where it is, IP address, all that kind of information. And then you can zero configure that unit or a whole deployment of units in a matter of minutes, basically allowing the UCM to configure these units for you, to assign extensions, calling roles. You can obviously go back and edit or customize any of them, but this allows you to deploy and configure deployments, large deployments, in a matter of minutes. Great feature the UCM offers when combined with other Grandstream products. Our phones, the UCM 6100 series offers a one-touch call recording feature when combined with Grandstream phones. You can use a soft key to just start recording or stop recording whenever you, the user, needs to or would like to. Our UCM 6100 series offers call detail records, CDR, to allow you to track billing. This is big for hotels and businesses who are trying to cut back and minimize their calling costs. And combined with Grandstream phones, it offers a great CDR option. A lot of other options or features, could go on this for a while. Music on hold. The LDAP phone books can be synced with the UCM 6100 series. Usually you have to put LDAP phone books on another server, connect that to your PBX. But the UCM offers the ability in itself to support LDAP phone books, and then can push those phone books out to every phone on your network. LDAP phone books are a great option today because you can essentially create an entire phone book file just with an Excel file. Our UCM 6100 series is going to offer conference rooms, remote extension, BLF, and offers these offers great features I mentioned when combined with GrandStream products. But also, as you know, as those of you that have joined us for trainings or other webinars know, the UCM 6100 series really a very comprehensive IP PBX. Does everything from voice, video, data, and mobility as well. So getting back to the 2130, 2140, and 2160, going to finish up the webinar here by showing you a couple of really cool customization options that these phones offer for provisioning, phone book customization, and screen customization. The first one is this interactive GUI for choice of extensions. What this allows you to do is to actually configure any of these three phones directly on the phone screen. And I'm going to show you that in a second. I'm going to show you some screenshots. So what this allows you to do is if you need to add a user or if a customer needs to add a user, all they need to do is simply connect the phone to the same network as the UCM. And as you will see on the next slide, you'll be able to fully configure the phone just in a couple of clicks right there on the phone without having to have anybody touch the web user interface or any of the settings of the PBX. Again, this is when you combine the UCM 6100 series with any of the new GXP color screen series of phones. And again, there's no GUI login that is required to do this either. It can simply be done very quickly and very easily from the phone to allow really rapid deployments and adding of users. So the first thing that you would have to do when you're setting up your UCM 6100 series is through the web user interfaces, basically turn on these features and allow the UCM to allow the phones to be auto provisioned directly on the screen of the phone. Which you see here, you would enable zero config, enable the pick extension, configure that extension segment, and pick the extension period. Kind of give it some rules as to what extension to pick within a certain range, if that's what you're interested in. If not, you can leave that blank and it'll pick any extension. So here you go, auto provisioning from the phone. This is actually what you're seeing here, screenshots taken from the GXP2130. When you go to the UCM detect, the phone will go out there and look for the UCM. The UCM server will automatically, or the UCM information will automatically pop up here on the phone's screen. You go through, pick the UCM you're looking to configure the phone with. The phone will then send a request to obtain the account list and will automatically set up an account and create an extension for itself. Or you can actually, from what you see here, you would pick the extension right there from the screen and the account, and that's it. And you're registered right there in a matter of minutes, about 3-4 clicks of the button underneath the screen of the phone, and you have an extension and an account completely set up. And again, that's on the 2130, 2140, and 2160. When combined with GrandStream's UCM 6100 series. Three other auto provisioning options that I'll tell you about. The zero configuration with GrandStream's UCM 6100 series, which I told you. I just showed you how you can do it specifically from the screen of the phone. It's also through the web UI of the UCM. It's a great option for mass deployments to be able to deploy many units at one time with that auto discovery and zero configuration feature offered by GrandStream's UCM 6100 series. For those of you that are interested or that have done or usually do TRO 69 provisioning for mass deployments, I've included AV Systems and Friendly Technologies here. These are the most recent two companies we've done TRO 69 interoperability testing with. So all of our phones, not just these three phones, but all GrandStream phones are TRO 69 compatible. For mass deployments. You can also provision the phones, as it shows you here, with an encrypted XML file. The third option, and I won't get into this much, is GrandStream's automatic provisioning service. My advice would be to contact your distributor of GrandStream products for more information on that service. A couple of last things that I'll show you here before we'll wrap up the webinar. Just got about 2-3 minutes left here. The wallpaper customization. This is again on the 2140, 2160, and the new GXP2130. These color screens look awesome, and what allows them to look even better is obviously customizing it with your company logo, any custom background that you want. Basically, choose any photo, logo, background image. And configure it really easily through the web user interface of the phone, where you would upload the image, and pretty much that's all you would have to do. So some really cool customization options to allow you to, make the color screen look even better, and to just customize phones, which I know a lot of companies, enterprises these days, when they deploy phones, they like to have their company logo on the screen of the phone. Any of these phones are great options for that, and really very easily allow you to do so. The XML phone book tool, what you see here, is pretty much how easy it is to integrate these phones with an XML phone book. Simply put, you would go to the screen and point the phone to the XML server, wherever it may be, and the phone will automatically be able to connect to that server, pick up the phone book. You can do this directly from the phone, and each one of these three phones, the 2130, 2140, and 2160, all have contact books that support up to 2,000 contacts. So that's pretty much it for the webinar. I just want to give you some ideas, some places where you can get more information, more resources on our brand new GXP2130, as well as our GXP2140 and 2160. Go to www.grandstream.com, and you can from the products tab that is at the top of the screen, you're going to be able to find the product pages for any of our products, but specifically the GXP2130, 2140, and 2160. The product pages are going to offer you full specifications of the product data sheet in 8 languages, user manuals in various languages, the quick installation guide, interoperability guides with various third-party PBXs, service providers, provisioning guides, technical how-tos on a variety of topics, feature sheets that kind of tell you what's really important and what makes these phones so great, as well as a video for each product. So again, that's on www.grandstream.com. Check out the product page for each one of these products. Another thing I'll mention in relation to our website is some of you may notice that recently we added multi-language support to our website. In the top right-hand corner, you can now access www.grandstream.com in 6 different languages, including English. So check that out. We're going to be adding some more languages as over the months as we go. So the languages we've added thus far are German, Russian, Italian, Portuguese, and there's one that I can't remember off the top of my head. There is one additional one in addition to English. So yeah, great tools there on our website. And that's it for today's webinar. I want to thank you all for joining us today. Hope you learned a little bit about our brand new GXP2130. In addition to our 2140, 2160, what the whole series is offering you, and why we at Grandstream are so excited about these color screen gigabit phones that offer a user experience unparalleled out there at the industry, really at a very unprecedented price point as well. So again, that's all for today's webinar. I want to thank you all for joining us today. Stay tuned and keep your eye out for more webinars from Grandstream to come in the future on a variety of topics, some exciting new products that we're going to be releasing in the near future, as well as we're going to get into some webinars that are going to show you how to do things such as set up Grandstream surveillance cameras, more UCM training webinars, a lot of cool stuff going on here at Grandstream. So again, thanks for joining us. If you do have any last-minute questions, feel free to type them to me through the questions toolbar. I'll hang around for a couple of minutes and answer through the chat any last questions. Thank you. Thank you very much, and have a great day.